Okay, hi chat, hi stream. We're doing art stuff today, guys. I put music just in case. Felt like that might be a nice touch. People have talked about wanting music in the background before, so I added some tunes, which I do have the link to that in the description. But yeah, we're gonna be working on, largely I'm gonna be getting some work done. Gonna be yapping, gonna be doing some sprite work for my upcoming video essay I've been working on. Also tell me if the music is a little bit too, I always think it's super loud, but then people tell me it's quiet. But yeah, I figured I'd be just touching up some stuff, being productive, having some people along with me. Ooh, let me real quick see if I can't. Ooh, nope. Oh, yeah. Nope. Sorry, let me just, there we go. Just want to make sure that, we have more art to see than other stupid stuff that's not relevant. Okay, perfect. So, first of all, with this sprite, I like it mostly, but the sketch is a little different. I guess I can up the opacity of the sketch. So I noticed that with the eyes, there's this like white gap here that the line art doesn't have. So I already duplicated this. So I kind of want to see if I can fix like my issue with it. See if I can make it look a little bit like more, you know, I guess more in line with the sketch, with my original sort of vibe I had for it. There we go. How are we doing today, chat? I don't mean to just, one of these days I won't just like jump into what I'm doing. But I figure it's good for me to just sort of like get into it and yap, until like, you know, the day that I have a very busy chat. Let's see. But usually my chat's either, I guess, pretty shy or just, you know, we're not like booming off the bat, especially with like, I'm trying to get used to like my solo streams too. I like streaming with other people. It's usually my preference. But, you know, I do want to be able to hold my own ground, I guess. Hold the fort. I also don't imagine it's going to be a very long stream. I figure... Actually, yeah, because I figured that if we... Okay... This is kind of giving more of like a goldfish look, I'm not gonna lie. But when we do that... Yeah! Okay, that's a little bit more what I'm going for there. Okay, great. Perf. We love. Okay, I'm also gonna add the stripes to the little tanky top thing. Okay, I'm getting rid of that because that's not what I wanted it to be in the first place. Okay, I'm excited about that. But yeah, I figure that, you know, if we get more people in chat, like, and we get people, like, active and, like, talking, I could probably stream for about, like, 2 hours today. Because unfortunately I still got other adult things to do. But if we have like a quiet stream, quiet chat, I figured I would just stream for like an hour maybe. But yeah, I just figured, you know, I already need to be working on the art anyway, and we weren't going to be streaming tonight, so woo! Might as well just be productive, get some stuff done. Oh, hi, Polly. Yeah, adult things. Yeah, I already had to message my advisor for next semester, which, I don't know, kind of adult thing, kind of not, I guess, because, you know, it's weird, like, going back to school as an adult, because, like, I'm not, like, that much older than the other students, but I am older. So, like, some of my classmates are, like, 19, and then some of them are, like, 50. But yeah, I'm taking summer semester classes to just, you know, try to make some progress while, you know, where I can. But yeah, I already had my appointment with my advisor, to talk about, like, what classes I'm going to be taking, but I'm one of those people where I'm like, I don't want to make a single mistake on this, so please confirm my selection choices. Here, and then we're going to duplicate that. And then I'm just going to clean up the line art a bit here. And then, yeah, outside of that, you know, apartment management, other stuff. Yeah, I'm having to be responsible today, especially because okay, so to be fair, because I was about to say, well, I wasn't very responsible yesterday. And, oh, also, if the music, I was saying earlier, but if the music is, like, not a vibe or it's too loud or anything, please let me know. But yeah, I was not a very responsible adult yesterday, but not to make excuses, not to, like, launder the blame to something else, but, like, straight up, it wasn't my fault. I had classes yesterday, so I got dressed, I got ready, I literally had my bag packed with, like, my laptop and everything. I read all of our readings for the day. And then, tell me why my garage, like, the door to, like, my garage, because, like, thankfully, like, the townhomes that I live in, as expensive as they are, they do have garages. But mine is wackadoo. And it just completely, like, I got in my car, I left, and then I go to, like, use the clicker for the garage door. Didn't work. And I'm like, okay, that's not good. So I fought with my garage door for 15 minutes. Like, mind you, I always leave 30 minutes before my class starts. And even then, I was like, oh, okay, I'm already gonna be late. But it just wouldn't work. Like, it's not that, like, I got in a fight with my garage and, like, won. Like, I lost the battle. I already wasn't feeling very well, and just that on top of everything, I was like, no, I'm staying home, I don't care. Screw Hemingway, I don't even want to talk about Hemingway. Oh wait, it wasn't even Hemingway, it's Fitzgerald. Which, you know, like, I understand why we study them, but I'm like, the struggles of being an English lit major. Yeah, I thought it was understandable. So we have somebody coming to look at the garage on Monday, because it's been increasingly a problem, but now it's like, because, okay, I'll tell you why it's a major problem, because, like, I guess, you know, yeah, Hemingway is, you know, it's one of those things where, like I said, I understand why we study certain writers, but it doesn't mean that I have to like their writing, you know? Which I've honestly been kind of like that with, like, I really, okay, and it's kind of weird, because I really, really like this professor, right? I really like my professor that I have right now. He's a really, like, nice, chill, like, sort of older guy. But, and it's no fault of his, I just haven't been really digging the reading this, you know, that we've had. But, like, it's an American authors class. Like, he's only got, you know, it's an American authors from, like, the 20th century, I think. Which I was hoping for more Steinbeck and Orwell, but, you know. Oof, sorry to go, like, super lit nerd on chat for a second. But, yeah, so with the garage, right? The biggest reason why, because, like, I contemplated it. I was like, okay, I guess I could just leave it open and, like, lock the door to my place. But it felt really gross. I do have stuff in the garage that I'm like, I don't really want them to, I don't want people to steal it. So, I mean, you know, obviously, theft is a concern. I've had multiple break-in attempts happen before. So I'm very sensitive to, leaving myself, like, open to that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, I don't really want to do that, but there's also the problem that my neighbors, they all leave their garages open all the time. And it worries me that they do that. My next door neighbor, he hangs out in his garage from, like, dawn to dusk, like, you know, he's in his garage all day long. That's a whole different can of worms there that I could get into, because he's kind of a weird guy. But my concern is that several of the neighbors leave their garages open 24/7 basically, and have a lot of stray cats come in. So the times that I've had to, like, leave my garage door open, like, unsupervised, I guess, for, like, 5 minutes at a time. The last time that happened, like, several cats got into my garage, and I didn't even know about it until, like, 2 or 3 days later. And I let them back out. I felt so bad because, you know, obviously, how can I give, like, an animal that I don't know exists food and water? Like, I didn't mean to keep it in my care, because it technically wasn't in my care. But I felt like I love animals. I've talked about how I've volunteered in animal adoption groups, and I rescued my cats, and, like, I love animals. So, like, even like, not on purpose, doing anything, like, to cause even accidental harm, like, it broke my heart, like, for a long time afterwards. So I, you know, wait, what X? So I, you know, I don't like, leaving that, like, open to happening. And I feel like that's fair. So yeah, I was like, you know what? Like, even though I read all of the Fitzgerald stories and everything, like, mostly what we were gonna do is, like, the thing about, like, literature classes is that it's funny, because I'm always telling people, like, because my family just kind of thinks that I'm in, like, a fancy, expensive book club, right? And normally I'm like, that's not a fair assessment. That's not fair. I do way more than that. But then, like, the majority of our classes are, hey, read this text and then we're gonna talk about it. And I'm like, that's basically a book club. Of course, it's like a poignant book club, I guess, where it's like, you know, we don't just go, hey, did we like this? Or, to be fair, I've never been in an actual book club, so I don't actually know what they talk about. I've hosted a lot of book clubs in the sense that, so weird thing about being a waitress, and I know this sounds like a crazy segue, but, like, the thing about being a waitress, especially in a place where, like, people can sort of, like, reserve a private room, you will get groups of like large, like I'm talking like large groups of like older women, like usually like 50 to like 70 something year old women. And you know, I love this for them. Yeah, I used to study art and stuff too. Sorry to like immediately cut to seeing your message in chat, but I studied art and like game design for a bit pre-COVID. So like obviously when I made the jump from art major and to English major, my family just looked at me and were like, what the hell are you doing? I am excited for our creative writing minor. I don't want to get too specific in case people are able to look things up with that. But now that I'm in upper division, I can finally like start actually focusing on my creative writing. Instead of just like essay. But yeah, so we would get, I don't want to like not finish talking about these herds of elderly women. Curse my ADHD brain. But yeah, I would get like these large like swaths of women who would like come in to the restaurants I would work at. And they were there specifically for book club, which I would really like and appreciate, except for the fact that since they were all like women in their like 70s, most of them did not tip well. That is, yeah, hard mode. That is the story of my life. Having conversations with like other ADHD people, like the thing is like you kind of gotta just like let the topics go where they will, especially because like my brain will make connections between subjects that just seemingly have no like relation to one another. Ooh, I definitely need to do a better job at filling. I don't know what's up with the Clip Studio fill bucket, but sometimes it leaves these like crunchy lines behind, and I'm like, ew, or the ew. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's crazy that why am I doing that in accessories? That should be down there. That should be in this other layer. But yeah, my brain just like rattles around in my head and it causes me stress. Yeah, the insane word association really just does, like, it really do be happening. I think also I'm plagued by like the need to like reference things, which I know a lot of people have. It's especially difficult when what you want to reference is an inside joke. Or it's like, not like a, oh, you had to be there moment, but like a, I mean, I guess kind of actually. Okay, I've got most of the flats. I just need to add the actual eye color. Cause yeah, like sometimes I'll think of like a thing that happened or something that somebody said that's really funny, but instead of like it being like a, you know, like if somebody says like wigs, like sometimes my brain jumps to the freaking Elijah Wood, like, do you wear wigs? And like that's something that I think more people know about than don't, probably. To be fair, I'm also chronically online, so that really does just like screw your brain up in case of like, you know, references you can make to people. Like I can't make Tumblr jokes to people who aren't on Tumblr. I mean, well, In some instances, you can't do that, but in some instances you can. And because these people have like no association with like the Tumblr zeitgeist, atmosphere, ecosystem, they think it's the funniest shit they've ever heard in their lives. And I love that for them. I love bridging the gap. Okay, so I'm gonna work on shading. Gotta add my little freckles, because I got freckles. Oh, that's way too big. Okay. Oh man. One of these days I've got to do a stream like dedicated to like my craziest restaurant stories. Because God, restaurants are crazy. Like, I have so many stories of like things that really sucked in the moment, but like I can look back on now. Because like I worked restaurants for about 10 years. And it's rough out here, you guys. I haven't worked restaurants since last year. And you know, as much as like I hate this current job market and how I've been looking for work forever, some of the places where they tell you can get food there, food is very generous for some of what these places make, I will say. Like, I feel no qualms at the government naming them. I worked at Applebee's and Macaroni Grill. They're not the last restaurant I worked at. I don't want to name those ones because because it's the last place I lived, so there's not like enough distance, I guess. But yeah, I worked at it was also not corporate, so it's very like specifically what it is. But yeah, like I've worked at Macaroni Grill and Applebee's, and that is not food. Frankly, that is not. Like, I feel like there's a common saying amongst like restaurant workers where if you work restaurants, you either never go out to eat again because you know too much, or you become like desensitized to it. And I feel like I'm a weird mixture of the two, because there's some places I just will never go to. You could not pay me to go to an Applebee's. That's never happening ever again in my life. But you know, oh man, but yeah, there's a lot of places that really do just like they will just put stuff in a microwave, and I'm like, girl, I could do that at home. I'm not paying $30 for you to microwave my food for me like you're my mom and I'm 5 years old. I mean, to be fair, sometimes you just need that. And if that's something that people need, I'm not gonna judge them. I will say, because I left Applebee's when they started doing that dollar margarita shit. Do you guys want to hear about the dollar margaritas? Oh, the American restaurant industry is a plague and a nightmare. I genuinely, braver than our Marines. And I'm disabled in multiple ways, so it was extra. I was playing that shit on hard mode. Yes, okay, wait. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so that probably means you're not familiar with the concept of an Applebee's dollar margarita. Ooh, I'm so excited. It's awful. Okay, so basically, I don't know if this is still a thing. Like I said, you could not pay me to go to an Applebee's I haven't been inside of an Applebee's since like 2018, I think. No, 2019, I think. It was definitely pre-COVID. So it was already bad. So the way that, like, at least my Applebee's was, most of them also have, like, they're kind of like a sports bar in, like, the vaguest, most generous sense. So, like, we had, like, normal, like, restaurant space, and then we had, like, a bar area specifically that had, like, booths and high tops and, like, a bar top, right? Which, the amount of people who wanted to show up to an Applebee's and get, like, sloshed at 10 a.m. was concerning. But they started doing, because I'd already obviously been having problems with them for a bit, and because, like, they were basically scheduling me almost full-time while I was also, like, going to school, and I was, like, a teenager, so I was like, hey, I'm here from, like, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and I have class at, like, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., so, like, ooh, I was, like, dying. And they told me they would fix my scheduling, and then they never did. So I was already having problems with them. But then they were like, we're gonna start doing these dollar margaritas. And mind you, they had, like, the 10, 13, 12 buck margaritas, which were, like, normal margaritas, you know? But then... oh god. So a dollar margarita is about the same quality that you would expect from something that costs a singular United States dollar. Like, bad. It was basically, like, Kool-Aid mix that, like, they kept it in a giant, like, punch bowl in the back. Like, so it wasn't even kept in the bar, mind you. It was kept in a giant, like, party, like, beverage dispenser. Like, one of those, like, big, like, with the spouts. It was kept in, like, a pool party keg, basically, in the back of the house. Which is already crazy work. But the problem is that, you know, Applebee's is already, like, comparatively, like, it's considered pretty cheap. And the problem, I was hosting at the time, so I wasn't particularly, like, horribly affected by, like, this part of it, to an extent, but people would take up, like, the bar seats and would be there for, like, an hour, 2 hours, and they would order, like, 1 or 2 of these margaritas. So they would take up a table in a, like, busy, usually high turnover area, for multiple, like, hours at times, and then their bill would be, like, $3. The servers were so angry because, like, their sales were bad, their tips were horrible because they would sit there and get, like, $3 worth of, like, margaritas and then not tip the server, which I know that tipping is, like, a controversial, like, rough thing, like, especially globally speaking. We don't really have a say in that, so it's kind of the norm and custom to, like, you know. I also feel like if you're gonna take up somebody's table for, like, 2 hours, you should kind of be considerate of the business lost on that. But anyway, the major issue is that, like, it was gross as hell. It was very funny. I remember these people asking our bartender if they were like, hey, can we get the dollar margaritas, but, like, can you make them good? And I loved him. He was like, okay, order a good margarita. Yeah, the tipping is, honestly, because the tipping is a huge reason why a lot of people stay, because when the money's good, the money's really good. But it's rarely ever that good. Even when I was working at, like, a really nice place, by the time that I left, it was pretty rough. And I was like, you know what? Because, like, American waiters, we put up with a lot of like BS from customers when we are expecting or prepared for like a decent tip. I'm like, yeah, you can call, like, you know, you can like be rude and like impatient and snappy with me if you're gonna give me $20 afterwards. Like, I'm willing to tolerate a lot of nonsense for like $20. Yeah, that was exactly it. That was exactly it. It was so crazy. But yeah, trust me, I get why tipping sucks, and you shouldn't, like, I don't know, it's like on the one hand, you because I get how it's like a weird, cultural thing, because like, it's weird to expect a tip, right? And I get that, and I've always gotten that. Like, I know I've always been aware that I'm not entitled to tips. Except, okay, wait, I do think a lot of people, actually, I'm gonna break this down, because a lot of people actually don't understand this about, American, like, wait staff and, like, the way that restaurants work, okay? So, because when I say, like, oh, well, I'm not entitled to a tip, I'm not expecting it, and I'm like, actually, you know what, that's not true, because you wanna know why? So, when a lot of us are getting hired, it starts at the hiring process, and yes, it is the responsibility and it is the fault of these companies, right? You guys, I'm always down for an anti-capitalist message, okay? I'm always willing to talk down the man. But the thing here that we have to consider is the fact that when we're getting hired as a wait staff, as a restaurant person, they advertise the pay with tips in mind. So, you know, California minimum wage is like, at the time it was like $14-15. But their pay, their salary on like their hiring adverts and everything would say like 17 plus an hour. So like they would factor the tippage, the expected tippage, into our projected salary, which is already crazy, right? But here's also the thing. We have to tip out like the rest of the staff. Very often it's based on our sales and not what we made. Yeah, it is crazy. It's insane. So we would have, let's say like my last place, it was explicitly based on the sales and not my tips. So even if, and it would be on every sale. So like every time, like, cause mind you, like, I think on like really busy nights, my sales would be like $2,000 or something like that, right? Like, so I would make the restaurant, I'd make my company $2,000 in a single like 4-5 hour shift. Sometimes it'd be more, sometimes it'd be less, you know, however busy we were at the time. But the thing is, we have to tip out based on our sales. So even if a table stiffed me, which means if a table didn't tip me at all, then I essentially pay money to take care of that table. I'm essentially like paying a fee to be allowed to do my job. Which is horrible and disgusting and should not be how it works. I fully agree. I hate the tipping culture in America more than most people, even though I'm like aware that there's nothing that like, you know, it needs change, it needs regulation. But like with the way that they have it like systemically, you kind of need tips. If you work in a restaurant, it's kind of necessary. I'd love for it not to be, but you know, again, it's a huge reason why I left. Not to get all like crazy and corporate language on the chat today, but you know, it's something that I have a lot of experience with, so I have a lot of opinions on it. Yeah, long story short, it's crazy. Shouldn't be a thing. Shouldn't be a thing ever at all. But, oof. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the little glasses. Yeah, when I was saying like, oh, I have crazy restaurant stories, I will say that's not the one that I intended. Yeah, corporations, they're not my fave. Am I gonna have to do the circle? Okay, are we thinking like smaller? Ooh, maybe we're thinking, yeah, I like the smaller glasses for this one. Okay. That's the thing about my design, is I can choose the bigger glasses or the smaller glasses depending on what I feel like. Okay. There we go. Boom, and then we got the line art goes down here. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think this one's done actually. I'm gonna save that. And then, yeah, okay, I think this one's done. Okay, so I'm gonna go on to our next one. I already like the line art, so I'm not gonna have to spend a lot of time fixing the line art on this one. I'll go through and do a little bit of like detail work though. How have y'all been doing? Is there anything that anybody's wanting to talk about? Anything fun going on, exciting? Oh, hi, Vase. How you been? Oh, thank you. Hey, it's all practice, genuinely. Like, I do so much of my practice on, like, napkins and stuff, just whatever I can get my grummy little goblin hands on. Thankfully, there's a lot of, like, I've been meaning to getting back into doing, like, art studies. But, you know, making a lot of my own assets for the channel has, like, really helped me get back into, like, actively doing art, like, often. It's just consistency, which I know, like, consistency, ooh, gosh, being consistent's hard, you guys. Thank you! Yeah, I liked how it came out. Yeah, I mentioned a little bit before, but these are gonna be, sprites for my, video essay I'm working on, which I'm also very excited about. It should... I think once I finish these, honestly, I think I'm gonna be done with the sprite work. Like, I'll just need to, like, finish working on, like, the footage and all of that. But it's a work in progress, but, like, I think it's gonna be done pretty soon, and I'm really thrilled about it. Yeah, having streams, that's the thing, is, like, sometimes I kind of wonder how, people can, like, keep up with, like, streams a lot, but then I'm like, so what I've actually started to do, were any of you guys, oh, actually, I don't know if it would be, like, the same thing. I don't know what channels are, like, universal. Did you guys have Animal Planet growing up? Ooh, yes. The video essay is going to be, it's a first part in, like, a several part series. It's basically a Pokemon Ranger, retrospective. So it's gonna be kind of like a love letter to the Pokemon Ranger series, because it was, like, my favorite video game series growing up as a kid. So it's gonna be kind of like, you know, that's sort of the vibe. It's my first video essay ever, so it's gonna be pretty, I think it is, like, over an hour, though, but... Ooh, okay, so yes. This is going to be another instance of hopping subjects every couple minutes with the chat. But yeah, so what I've started doing recently, because I had noticed, like, I loved Animal Planet as a kid. And because of that, and because of the tism, I like to think that I know, like, quite a lot of animal facts. Yeah, Animal Planet, it was basically, it was a channel, so kind of like, how Cartoon Network or, like, Nickelodeon, or, like, it's how, like, there's different, like, TV channels. Oh god, I feel... I know that... I'm sure cable still exists. But... yeah, it had, like, all sorts of shows on there that were, like, specifically about, like, wildlife, or sometimes pets, just all kinds of animals. Like, I've always been, like, the animal fact nerd, I guess. Like I was saying earlier, I've always loved animals. I considered being a veterinarian for about, like, 5 days, before I was like, wait, I don't think I could handle seeing animals, like, in various states of suffering. For those who can and, like, do, so much respect and props to veterinarians. I did work at a vet clinic for a bit, a couple years ago. But that's a whole other story. But yeah, I was, like, sitting there, like, thinking to myself, like, wow, I haven't, like, kept up with, like, animal stuff in a while. Like, I feel like I don't watch animal stuff anymore. And that's because, like, there's no Animal Planet, and, like, the most that I get nowadays is, like, cat videos and stuff. So what I've started doing recently, especially as I've been getting, back into my art, I've been, like, searching up, like, just animal, like, wildlife documentaries online, and, like, having that on my second screen while I'm, like, doing art. And, like, I've been loving that. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, because I've always, like, put on, like, a podcast or an audiobook, or, I like putting on, like, video essays, for example, or just, like, longer videos, but I'm like, wait a minute, I could be doing that with, like, informational stuff, too. You guys, I'm fighting tooth and nail and claw to not be brain rotted. Not fully, at least. Yeah, I've been, I think the most recent documentary I've been watching has been, about, like, the use of color in nature. So, like, how different animals have, like, different colorations for different reasons, or, like, why flowers are colored the way that they are. I think it's fascinating. I can understand people who think it's boring. But yeah, I've always loved that kind of stuff. It is funny, I used to, my coworkers at the last place I worked, I was the only one who knew, like, different animal breeds and stuff. Which I thought was, like, kind of basic stuff. Like, I didn't think I was, like, saying anything, like, particularly niche. But we were, like, trying, like, the funny, like, oh, what animal would so-and-so be? Or, like, what would so-and-so be as, like, a dog? And I'd be like, oh, an Afghan hound. Specifically this color point. And people would be like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, you don't know what an Afghan hound is? And not in, like, a condescending way. I almost never mean, like, you don't know what blank is as, like, a condescending thing. I genuinely was like, I don't always have, like, a point of reference for, like, what is or is not common knowledge. So I thought dog breeds were, like, pretty, like, known, but you know, you start talking about like what a cane corso is, or what like a papillion is, or papillon. And people are like, what the hell are you saying? And I'm like, oh, yeah, don't even get me started on cat breeds, because if people don't know dog breeds, there's not a chance in hell that they're gonna know cat breeds. Yeah, sorry, you guys are just like all collectively being let in on the specific type of autist that I am. And we're just gonna have to live with that, because this is my house. Yeah. So now it's kind of, you know what, and I live for moments like that where it kind of gives me, I feel like reality check is like weird to call it, but like it kind of does give me like a point of reference for like, you know, what is like me knowledge versus what is like, because I was absolutely, were you guys ever that kid who like went on like Wikipedia and just were like on Wikipedia all day, like hopping? I think that there's a specific word for it where you just like hop from one like wiki article to the next. I don't know the specific term for it, but that was me essentially. Hell yeah. Hey, we celebrate everybody with the TISM here, with the ADHD, ADHD. We celebrate the all sorts of flavors, as long as you are a good person. Or hey, you know what? No, I'm not gonna make an exception for I've definitely known some people that I'm like, I don't know if you're a good person, but you're a fun person. Which, like, it's not good to be around those people all the time, but hey, they make for interesting stories, I will give them that. Again, you work with a lot of people like that in the restaurant industry, actually. I'm thinking about my time at Macaroni Grill and was like, I would never personally, like, be really, really close with people like that, but I spent a lot of time with them, like, through work and work events and stuff, and I'm like, you intrigue me. Oh, no, Polly, don't be hecked up and evil! Unless it's, like, funny. Yeah, that's the thing, is I'm like, you know what? So, I will stand up for, like, women's rights and women's wrongs. If you're a dude, you're on thin ice. Ow. Okay, so where's the other one? Yes, perfect. Okay. Yeah, we were kind of discussing that in one of my literature classes the other day, where it was like, it's crazy having to read a lot about, like, women written by men in the 1900s, where, you know, notoriously they respected women back then. You know, hey, you guys, you know 1912, where they really respected women? Well, you know what? I'll accept and respect you anyway. You've never done anything wrong to me. Okay, so I think that's good. I need to do the eye color, and then I think I'll be good to start shading. Okay. Yeah. It is crazy, like, going through, like, those older stories, and then... Yeah, I'm gonna, real quick, like... I want a more happening vibe going on. There we go. Yeah, it is crazy, like, going back to, like, old fiction and being like, wow, they just let y'all say whatever, huh? Yeah, unfortunately, I fear that if Hemingway or Fitzgerald, were alive today and publishing their work today, I think they would get canceled, unfortunately. You guys are... I know I, like, keep going off about, like, English literature stuff. I would be sorry, but that is kind of, like, my whole thing, aside from, like, art. Hence why I'm gonna be doing video essays, because I academically write essays about shit and do media analysis, like, in my academia, so of course I do it in my free time. Are you guys, like, into books and, like, that was such a weird way to ask that question, I'm so sorry. But, like, I know a lot of people who aren't, like, keen on reading, and as much as, like, I want to change that, I want everyone to be reading good literature and good books, like, do you guys have any, like, favorite authors or anything? Hey, I want to create a space where, like, we can talk about, like, whatever people want to talk about. And if people don't want me talking about books all the time, then, well, that's too damn bad. But, you know, I don't want to just make it about me. If people want to talk about, like, their favorite stuff or their favorite, like, writers or whatever, then I'm... Plus, I'm always, like, happy for new, like, recommendations on stuff, too. Yeah, you know, I've been meaning to get back into, I have so many books, and, like, I mean, you can find, like, PDFs of books online and stuff, but yeah, not having a library nearby is, like, it's rough. I used to, oh gosh, when I was a kid, we had, like, mind you, it was just a normal public library, but, like, the town's public library, I was there I was, like, a voracious reader as a kid. Like, oh my gosh, I used to read, like, a book a day. I'm not even kidding. Like, I think, even though I don't, you know, I don't fuck with J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter anymore, unfortunately, but when I was 12, I literally read the entire Harry Potter series in a week. Like, a book a day. And I had a really good teacher who, this was, like, 6th grade. She, like, let me, like, cause she, I mean, to be fair, cause, like, she knew the kind of student I was. So she knew she could trust me. So she would, like, literally let me borrow, like, from her personal library, like, her own, like, personal copies of, like, her Harry Potter books. And, like, any other book that cause, like, it was really popular at the time, so the library was usually out of them. Like, the school library and the public library. So she was kind of my only hope. But yeah, do you guys have, we had accelerated reading, and not to brag, not to toot my horn, but when I was a kid, I had, like, college level reading comprehension. So I was out there reading big girl books from a real young age. Honestly, I won't lie, probably a little bit too young for some of the books I was reading, actually. I don't think the library should have lent out some of those books to me, if I'm being completely honest. But I respect their respect for my independence, I guess. Or they just didn't know. Yeah, the library's great. Yeah, I haven't been able to like do any reading for like my own personal stuff in a while. It's been a lot of just assigned reading. Which, it depends on the semester, depends on the professor. Sometimes the assigned reading like really hits, and then other times it's like, I hate this shit. Yeah, I love a good video essay. I've been waiting for H Bomber Guy to come out with what he's been working on for ages. And then I know I just finished watching, I don't know if you guys know Jacob Geller. But big fan of his work. I keep having like ideas for video essays that I like won't be able to like work on for probably like months and months, especially because I'm still just working on my first one. But he gave me this idea from his latest video, and I'm like, I want to work on that too. Yeah, I did fully watch his Silk Song lore video, and I've never played Hollow Knight or Silk Song. I do just be watching, and honestly, sometimes I love learning about a fandom that I have like no beef with. Like, I do love there's, I think her name is Ashley Norton, and she does a lot of like reality television, like video essays. And I don't watch reality TV. I'm never gonna watch The Bachelor. I'm never gonna watch like The Real Housewives, but watching a video essay about it, I'll do that. Ooh, there's a little bit of a... There we go. There you go. Okay. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, so like I've said, I've been doing more like documentaries. I should do more. I do like I know people have like mixed thoughts on Spotify Premium, but you do get access to a lot of audiobooks through it. So I've been meaning to like use it more for like, you know, I won't lie, I used to kind of be an elitist. Like I used to be like, oh, that's not real reading. Audiobooks, you're just listening to a podcast. But like, the more and more I like study literature and like literacy rates, especially in the US, which are woof. But you know, we get people who are like media illiterate in like a lot of cultures. And the more and more that I'm like, oh, we're facing a literacy crisis, I'm like, I don't care. Like, I had one of my coworkers, who was like a good friend of mine, he super excited, like came up to me and he was like, I know books are like your thing. I've started like reading, and I'm like, and he immediately got like really shy and was like, I know like we're in our 20s and like I should be like reading like big boy books, and you know, I know it's not like you're out here reading classics and I'm reading like crappy romance novels. And I was like, please, never feel shame, please. I'm like, I don't care if you're reading Colleen Hoover, even though that's more of a matter of taste than it is about literacy levels. But I'm like, whatever you're reading, like even even like comic books and like graphic novels. I'm like, if it's an entry point to like reading more in general, like I'm gonna advocate for it. Like I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna consider it a valid point of entry, whatever it is. Like you know, I want to encourage people to like be curious and like even like be creative. Or just like, I don't know, things are kind of poopy sucky right now. So if people need like a certain form of escapism, then like that's what it is. Plus, I have a huge love for books, obviously. Don't you ever just give up on shading sometimes? You know what? That's fine. I'm fine with that. We're good. Oh god, make sure I've saved my work. I have had too many instances where I forgot to save and things went really bad for me because of it. Okay. I've also really been meaning to catch up on my anime lately. Normally, I keep up seasonally. Exactly! Yes! That is such a good point, Polly. The frickin' AI slop stuff? No. Okay. So, and I say this with my full chest because I'm not embarrassed by it, but I have put quite a lot of work on like fanfic.net and AO3 over the years, and I saw a post the other day that made me not want to post. I want to keep writing fanfiction because I love it, but it made me never want to like post fanfiction ever again because somebody one of their like favorite fanfictions had like ended, or like it had discontinued or something like that, and somebody put the entire fic into ChatGPT so that it could like, I don't remember if it was like rewrite it or like make changes that they would have liked instead or whatever. Whatever it was that they did, I was like, you did not just put somebody's work into ChatGPT and think that that's okay. And I'm like, oh, if there's a chance of people doing that to my work, I don't... Yes, it is. It's so ew. I'm like, I can't think... Frankly, I can't think of something more disrespectful to do to somebody. Like, not only... Like, especially if it was like, again, I can't remember if it was like they didn't like the ending, so they changed it, or they just didn't like that it didn't end and they had it continue it. It's so, like, dystopian and horrendously evil. Exactly! It really just, like, it's beyond, like, it gave me the ick. It felt like a Black Mirror episode. So I was like, oh, if that's what I have to look forward to, I don't really want to share my work. Which, like, you know, I also don't want to let AI, like, hinder me from doing what I love and sharing what I love. But it's fucking rough out here, you guys. Being a creator in 2026 of like any kind, like, and I don't just mean like an online creator, I mean like being a creative is really rough right now. It's always been kind of rough, but like, it's been a special flavor of like not okay. Like, I don't want to like rag on him too bad because he's my grandpa, but I've talked a little bit on the channel before on how like my grandpa's started making AI music, and trust me when I say I have fought him on this over and over and over again, and I get so... Actually, also incredibly disrespectful to do to a creative is to compare them working on real art with them working on AI. Actually, never felt more disrespected in my life. Cause like, and it's a shame because I genuinely think that like, cause when I was first starting out writing, I got a lot of amazing, genuine feedback, from people who read my work, and like, I didn't take it very well at first, cause I was a teenager, and I was very defensive over what I had written, but then I was like, you know what, you wrote like, you took the time to like, critique me and like give me feedback so I can improve. So like I feel like, you know, being able to like post your work like not only hardens you to like, you know, critique, because there's a lot of people, I will say there's a lot of people who are very sensitive to critique, which if you're not trying to do it professionally, then that's fine. But if you are trying to become like a professional artist or writer or whatever, and you can't handle someone giving you pushback on what you've made, it might not be for you, unfortunately. Cause yeah, I've had some fun instances of that, during my time as both an, visual arts and, creative writing, literature, yada yada. But yeah, I have had multiple instances where my grandpa has like compared, because he's like, oh, I've gotten really good at writing these AI prompts, and I'm like, I'm like, that's not hard work. That's not, ooh. And so I recently, just like a week or so ago, I think it was like it might have been the beginning of this week actually, where I got, and I'm very proud of this, I got some of my work, I got a few poems of mine, accepted into my school's publication journal, which again, very excited about, very proud about. But then my grandpa had the nerve to be like, oh man, just like me and my AI music. And I'm like, I hate you sometimes. I can't believe you just said that to me. That is, yeah, that is so typical boomer man behavior. Ooh, yeah, that's a good change. That's a good edit. Okay. Which, like, mind you, I haven't been putting it anywhere. Okay, this is me. This whole time I haven't really been, like, vulnerable, because I'm very, like, confident in... You reach a point where you're just very confident in everything. Okay, which, first, Vase, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Because my grandpa... Him being, because like, you know how like there's people who like are into AI and you're like, this doesn't surprise me at all. I'm shocked by him being into AI because like he's not like this super conservative like guy. He's really not. And he is usually like and mind you, he's very, very supportive of like my art. But yeah, he's on this like AI kick right now, and he was like, because I told him He's kind of like of the opinion, like, this is the future, it's here to stay, just like when computers were made. And I was like, he was gobsmacked when I told him, like, I told him that even if using AI was, like, morally okay, like, if it wasn't, like, an ethical concern, right? Because it's steeped in, like, ethical concerns. Even if it wasn't, there's still the worry about, like, the environment and all of that, which I guess is part of the ethical concern. But there's also the matter here. I'm also going to be switching to a new thing. This one I haven't even done the line art on, so we're doing line art time. Yeah, I told him that, you know, even if there was no ethical concern and it was just a matter of, like, a robot making something for me instead of me making it, I still wouldn't use it. Because I wouldn't have made it. I didn't make it. And the whole point of, like, wanting to be a better artist is that I want people to enjoy what I've made. You know, I feel like that makes sense, right? And he was flabbergasted. He was in shock. He was like, you really wouldn't use AI? Like, even if there was no ethical concern? And I'm like, first of all, the fact that, like, you're using it even though there is an ethical concern is a problem. Like, let's be very clear on that. Okay, and so Polly, I'm gonna take that point there for a second and say, again, it's weird that this is his stance on AI, because, you know, I can say a lot with my grandpa because he is a stubborn old asshole. Like, that's not just because he's old. Stubbornness does run in my mom's side of the family. Like, that side of the family, we are very stubborn. But, like, okay, I will say it because, like, my parents, for example, for people who don't know, I'm no contact with my parents. We don't need to get into all the reasons why. I guess it could be broken down to, like, the main reason being that, like, they are like that, Polly, where they are very, not just ignorant, but, like, they refuse to, it's one thing to, because, you know, you don't know what you don't know, right? But it's another thing to be told you don't know something and then not try to, like, work on that or fix that. Which, to my grandpa's credit, usually isn't the case. We've had many, gosh, because, like, I can fight with that man like nobody's business. I have had crazy fights with him where he didn't, like, he said something, like, bad about queer people, and he didn't realize that it was, like, bad to say. And I had to spend, like, an hour talking him up, like, you know, informing him about, like, how, you know, it's like, no, that's racist language, or no, that's like homophobic or whatever, right? But he's usually really good at being like, you know, even if he's stubborn and he's like, well, I don't get it, he'll usually be like, okay, like, he will ask questions until he gets it. And I've always really respected that about him. And, like, and mind you, he was open to hearing about, like, my points about AI. He just unfortunately made the decision that it wasn't a deal breaker for him. And, like, I don't like that. I'm not happy about that. I'm not fond of that. But, you know, we've made it kind of clear. I've made myself clear that I'm like, hey, like, I don't like the way that you're going about this. I'm a bit more willing to agree to disagree on this with him. Because, like, there's other things with, like, other family members who I have just cut contact with because I can't agree to just, you know, we're just kind of at that point right now where, like, sometimes there's a difference between, like, certain levels of agree to disagree. I I have told him, I'm like, please don't compare my actual, like, blood, sweat, and tears to your button robot. That your plagiarism robot. Because that feels bad and sucks. But yeah, it's a rough thing, unfortunately. And like, you know, he's one of the family members I have one of the better relationships with. All things considered. Again, I have fought with this man like crazy on so many things. But you know, you gotta kind of pick and choose your battles, right? Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that and if at any point any of us want to move on from this topic, that's completely fine. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, but I have been going to therapy since I was 18, so for a while now. On and off, I haven't been in therapy for that stretch of time, like, uninterrupted. But I'm the only... Because my grandpa has done therapy before. He is a veteran, so he does have... he also has PTSD, which I also have. Yay! From very different sources, obviously. I'm not a veteran. But, you know, so he kind of gets that a lot. But I'm the only person in my family who's gone to therapy at all, and a lot of my family needs therapy. And I get it. Not everybody has access to it. It's not easy for everybody, and I don't believe in forcing people to go to therapy. We're flipping the canvas because this is giving me a hard time. But yeah, it feels weird to call yourself like the black sheep of the family, but I am the only like diagnosed autistic. I'm the only out queer person. I'm the only one who's been to therapy, which also means I'm the only one who sets boundaries with people. And when you come from a family that is not used to that kind of shit, you get very mixed responses to that, right? So, you know, I've had, which the majority of my family is incredibly supportive. I did get a lot of pushback when I first started going no contact with my parents. Especially because, like, for anybody who doesn't know, I am Italian. My dad's side of the family is Italian. They immigrated here from Tuscany when my dad was like 18. So I am feels weird to call myself like a first gen immigrant when it's for like a predominantly white country. But you know, my dad's side are all immigrants. My tia, my nonna, you know. That being said, Italians, we are very, very family oriented. So going no contact in an Italian family is really a struggle. And you know, that's the thing about generational trauma, is that when you're the one to break it, you're kind of the one who gets... what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a rough position to be in, you know? Thankfully, I mean, I'm the oldest cousin in my family, and my younger cousins who are also, you know, especially like my aunt's kids, you know, especially now that they're older, they are, what's the word? Here, I'm also gonna be switching over just to get a different vibe in there. They, you know, now that they're a bit older, they can understand a little bit more. So it took a while, but I have more people kind of on my side. But yeah, when I first started going no contact, people were very like shocked and like opposed to it. And I know that's been kind of like a growing, have you guys heard about the estranged parents community? Talk about yikes. They're the parents of kids who've gone no contact with them for whatever reason. And so yeah, I know that like that sort of topic has like gotten pretty popular. So you might be familiar with the idea, you might not be. But like it's almost always a like last resort, right? It's almost never the first, it's almost never the first like go-to. Like I didn't want to go no contact with my parents. Like I don't really know that anybody would want that. But I have my reasons. I won't get into them on stream at the moment. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, like going, back to like my grandpa, I've almost gone no contact with him before. Cause like I said, I love the man, I do. He does have a talent at the way that I put it is that he puts his foot in his mouth and then he proceeds to not realize he's put his foot in his mouth. And then he starts shoving the rest of the leg in. Cause like he'll say something and it's like you can feel, when you're talking to somebody and do you guys know the Sims with the like negative Sims interaction with like the negative like red sign overhead? Like when you're talking to someone and you can just like feel that happen in real time. Or like the meme like, oh, like everyone disliked that. he says the darndest things sometimes. And like I have gone like months at a time without like talking to him before because of it. But again, whereas like other people have a very hard time or just a refusal at like apologizing, like even if it takes him a while to like chill out about something, he will usually make amends, which is something I respect. I don't respect the AI thing. I'm sorry. If you use generative AI, especially to like the people who like use Gen AI and then call themselves artists or creators or whatever, they give me the ick. As a general rule of thumb. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing the colors for this. Oh wait, no, not quite. I do want to do the funny stripies. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, it is weird because he is an artist as well. So is my great-grandma, his mom. My great-grandma is actually a really talented watercolor painter. I think she still paints. She's 101 years old, you guys. Which, we still talk on the phone and everything. We've actually been doing like interviews for me to like incorporate her story into like, it's likely that I'm gonna incorporate it into like an overall like memoir situation, but yeah, hearing about the experiences from somebody who was alive 101 years ago and is still alive today is really crazy. Yeah, and it's interesting because she's like, she's really cool, actually. You know, obviously not just for like everything she's done like in her life, which I think is cool, but like when I first introduced her to Kim, which Kim is my partner, and she is a trans woman. And when I first introduced her to like my family, there was a lot of pushback from specific people, but like, you know, and a lot of them were like, it's not from my time, it's not from my time. And then, you know, we talked to my 100-year-old great-grandmother, who immediately is like, oh, okay, dearie, what does she like to go by? What does she like to be called? What pronouns should I be using? Never misgendered her, like, cause they met, and she never misgendered her, never called her by the wrong name, and was just like super supportive from the jump. And she was like, oh, that was so delightful. I'm so glad you found do. And I'm like, Gigi, I love you so much. Hell yeah, Grandma W moment. Whereas like, I have a lot of family members who, mind you, we've been together for 5.5 years now. We're going on 6 years soon. And I still have family members who just like fully misgender her when we're talking about her. Like even the ones who are like supportive and like her, and they're like, oh, it's just not of my time. And I'm like, that's wild. Which, I could go into an entire rant on how that's, like, not even the case. It is funny, I do have a friend who's a queer historian, and, I think he's, like, actually, like, working on his master's with that right now. I won't give too much on that, because that's his info, that's his deets, but a lot of it is about how, like, you know, like, queer people have always existed, and how, like, even, you know, historically, like, they were just really good friends and roommates for their entire lives until they died. Same with, like, autistic people, like, you know, trans people have always existed, gay people have always existed, like, disabled people have always existed. Same old, you know. You guys know the drill. Which, like, I am very interested in that kind of stuff. I would like to read more, like, queer history books and stuff. I have kind of become the queer historian of, like, my family, though. Which, you know, I'm never against, like, explaining or teaching people, like, who don't understand something. Like, I'm always down to do that. As long as it's, like, in good faith and they actually care to learn about it. Yeah, you know. Okay. Do you want to hear something crazy? So when I said I was the black sheep of the family, that also goes for even before, because, like, I only got, it's a lot harder for, like, women, to get diagnosed with, like, various things, but autism as well. Ooh, sorry, my voice did a little whoop whoop whoop. But as well as, like, autism, I straight up had, like, a male, therapist when I was, like, first trying to get diagnosed, and he basically told me that I couldn't be autistic because I'm a woman and I, like, don't seem autistic to him. I knew him for, like, 3 weeks at that point, and I'm like, the amount of masking that, like, women, like, autistic people, like, the autistic women do is, like, crazy. But, so even before I knew I was autistic, like, we always knew, because before it was just that I was quirky, I was eccentric, I was mature for my age, I was gifted, you know, other people's words, not mine. But my family, up until recent years, were very fond of a certain slur. They were very fond of using certain words, not only like incorrectly, problematically, everything, but, you know, I was the one who would be like, hey, maybe let's not do that. And people would get mad at me. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm sorry that I'm not like letting you be ableist like in my presence. Like it would get to the point where people would like drop a slur and then like look at me expectantly. Like, and they would be like, oh, you're so over dramatic, you're so like emotional, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a good person. Like it took until a couple of years ago of me explaining, like actually calling things you don't like gay or the R slur, it's actually not cool. It's not like, I'm like, you're not using, like, and they're like, did you ever, like, when people would do that, would they be sitting there going like, well, we don't mean it like that. We don't mean it like that. And it took me sitting them down and being like, okay, you only ever say like, if you say like, oh, that's gay, you never mean it in like a, yes, queen, that's gay. Like you never used it like, oh, we're having a gay old time. It was always like, ugh, that's gay. And like, yeah, that was really common in like, you know, for like up until recent history. People are still out here using the R slur casually. But like it took me like being like, no, you're using it in a negative way for them to be like, wait, shit, actually, maybe you're right. And it's crazy. Okay, so I don't like to gallant myself as like never being wrong, because that's the pitfall that like other people fall into, that make them like incapable of listening to other people. But like if I'm usually right about something, or I'm very knowledgeable about something, or even, you know, let's say I'm actively studying it and I know what I'm talking about, wouldn't it make sense to like listen to me about the thing? Just a thought. Because like I've been right about a lot of that stuff. And then, okay, so, oh, Polly, I have had that too. I've had family gatherings where people said like, not necessarily the same level as like a slur, but like, you know, said like a negative like racial stereotype or like a gender stereotype or like a whatever, or they think they're making like a joke. And it's like, ooh, no, that's no. And then they're like, well, it's just us. And I'm like, okay, and just me is telling you that that's not cool. Oh, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh man. Yeah. Okay, oh, I remember what I was gonna say. So, I obviously am more, like, literate about online spaces than, like, my parents and family are. So a couple years ago, my parents got into crypto. And I'm sure that just put a hit in the gut of people watching. Because, you know, it's a dangerous game. This whole AI crypto stonks and stuff. And I told them, hey, that's probably not a good idea. You don't understand this. They dumped 50 grand into crypto just to have the company do the classic freaking crypto scam and rug pull under them, and then they lost all of it. And then, mind you, after that fact, they continued to not listen to me about stuff like that, even though I was correct. So it's stuff like that that's like, it's crazy work. Like, just, you know, especially if it's to, I don't think people should only like take accountability when it benefits them. Like, but it's like, especially if not doing so is going to negatively impact you, can't you just this once? Can't you just do it? Yeah, yikes on trikes on bikes. It's always crazy. And yeah, like when you were talking about like the game development stuff, right? I totally get that. I've had people like question me on art stuff. Which, you know, at least like with art, there's usually not like just one way that things work, but like I know more about the art industry than my non-artistic family does. I know more about like, and sure, like I know more about like obviously literature. I've also, so I'm the first one in my immediate family with a college education. Which, you know, that doesn't inherently make me smarter or superior, right? Like, I'm gonna put that down now. But what it does do is it does mean that, you know, I am college educated in areas where they are not. Which means that, you know, I've taken a lot of, and I am a liberal arts major, and I've taken courses on, oh, hi Ocean, hi gay person in my phone, but yeah, what it does do is, you know, I've taken a lot of like, civics classes, I've taken a lot of like ethnic studies classes, I've taken, I mean, I also, you know, to immediately go back to nerding out about reading, everyone's like, no, I genuinely think that reading makes a person like empathetic, and more, capable of, you know, understanding or being open to or receptive to like other people's perspectives, right? Especially because I've taken a lot of like, I've taken Chicano literature classes, I've done a lot of studies of like African American literature. I'd like to do more queer literature studies. I'm hoping that starts opening up in my upper division courses. But you know, it creates this discrepancy where like people try to tell you like a stereotype about a kind of person, but you've read multiple memoirs disputing that. Sorry, Ocean. If you wanted a refund, you should have applied for one. Well, okay, actually, I was thinking about this the other day. How long have we been friends? Because it's been a minute. If you wanted a refund, you should have done so a very long time ago. Yeah, also, like, because considering that I'm the only queer person in my family, right? I am the only one who's like studied like queer history or like gender studies or yada yada. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, everybody check your friendship extended warranty, just in case yours might be expiring soon. But yeah, so when my family wants to debate me on, like, you know, gender theory, I'm like, you can't. Because when they're like, oh, it's basic biology, it's basic this and that, and I'm like, and you know what? And you're right, it is basic that. It is basic, elementary school level, middle school level knowledge, because you never learned past that. That's not a flex. That's not a point. That's not your winning argument. Okay. So we did hair, I need to do the shirt. Okay. Yeah, outside of all of that, sorry to get heavy, everybody. It's just, you know, stuff that affects people. Not that anybody in here seems like they would be against that as a conversation topic, but, you know. Yeah. Yeah, people used to tell me that you can't swallow bubblegum because it sits in your stomach until you die. Or same with watermelon seeds. Oh, okay. Actually, what, like, because I know every family has, like, weird stuff they tell their kids that isn't true. What was your guys's? Like, what was, like, the weird, like, thing somebody said that was, like, you found out, like, later that it wasn't true? Because, like, I know a friend of the channel, Holly, so it's not mine, but it's still the craziest one I ever heard. Her brother used to, like, lie to her and tell her that, like, Domino's Pizza put, like rats or, like, bugs in their food, so she never ate it until she was older. Because she found out that it was not true. Yeah, that's a big one. The your face will stay like that one. Oh, I almost just thought of one that I had. It's less something that somebody told me, but I thought the world was gonna end if somebody's, like, if my food touched. And I'm a little bit over that now. I thought I had another one, but it was food related. Obviously, the watermelon seed one is a common one that I hear a lot. I don't know, maybe it's bad. I think those are funny. Again, yeah, the biggest one is, like, Santa's not real. You know, it was funny. Growing up, like, I had become suspicious that Santa wasn't real. And I've been an insomniac, like, my whole life, so it was already hard for my parents. it was already kind of hard for them to sneak around as Santa Claus. But I remember the night that I stopped believing in Santa is, like, there was one night I was like, I had my door like slightly open and it was Christmas Eve. So Santa was supposed to come and it was like midnight and I like was peeking out of my door and I heard my parents' door open and saw like my mom go downstairs and I was like 6 and I was like, oh no, I was like 6 or 7 or something and I was like, y'all are liars. Yeah, I feel like that's the code, is that if you raise your kids to not believe in Santa, they do kind of have to uphold the don't ruin it for everybody else code. Which, like, I actually don't remember if I think I did, because I also don't think I let my parents know that I, like, stopped believing. At least not for, like, quite a while. If I told anybody that Santa's not real, first of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, I must not have, because I don't remember, like, getting into any, like, kid fights about it. I got into a lot of other kid fights. Yeah, the amount of fights I used to get into as, like, an elementary schooler was frankly concerning. I also started a scooter gang, like, Omori style, in my neighborhood when I was, like, in elementary school. Oh my gosh, I forgot to give myself my little arm brace. This must be amended immediately. I was sitting there going like, what's off here? Yeah, have you guys been watching any, like, good shows or anything recently? I would talk about the One Piece live action, but I fear that Ocean will have an allergic reaction. Oh, where's this? I was kind of talking about it a little bit earlier, but I've been having a hard time staying on top of, like, because I like to watch anime seasonally. The Bones 5. I do not know what that is. I like how the first, like, 2 things are FNAF. Yeah, I've been running out of video essays, so I might look into that later. Interesting. Ah, we've got a Snap Cube fan in here. So I'll admit, I've never like actually watched Snapcube. But Kim is a huge fan of it. So I hear about like I hear legend of the Snapcube girlies, and otherwise she mostly talks about, I think her name's, correct me if I'm wrong, I think her name's Penny Snapcube. Hear about her a lot from my partner. Oh. Huh. I don't understand. I mean, I get like, I don't know. The most cheating I've done in a game is looking up the walkthrough. Which, like, I'm trying, because I used to, like, break out the walkthrough, like, way too quick. I did used to, like, give up really quickly, but I'm trying to be, especially now that I'm, like, streaming a lot of games, I'm like, no, I actually want to be good at the games I play. Okay, I think this one's done, actually. Okay, chat, what do we think? Do we think I should, I was thinking about working on a new Uma Musume thumb. I'm gonna save this. I'll make the PNGs later. So I made this. And because I put like a funny meme thumbnail for my Uma streams that I've been doing. But I'm like, well, if I'm gonna keep playing Uma Musume, maybe I should, I don't know, like, actually have, like, a proper thumbnail. I'm a little bit lost on what I should do for the background of it. I guess until I figure out what I want to do for the background, I could just work on the line art. Or the flat colors. Ocean, what the hell is that? Yeah, I know. I do need to work on your thing. I think I'm gonna do that because I have art stream scheduled for next Friday as well. So here, I'll at least get the flats done for this. I wanted to get all the flat coloring out of the way for this week. Because I know that that's going to be like a bigger thing, and I wasn't sure what the turnout would be for chat. I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting to like do an hour of just like talking to nothing. What the hell? I feel like, what's that meme of that lady who's like, what is that? Okay, so we're gonna do... Sorry, I'm gonna just organize my layers here. Oh, help. They're putting... Help, they're spamming emojis in the chat. Okay. Oh, no, wrong thing. Yeah. I wanted to get back into painting again. Just because, like, that's got me thinking about, like, traditional mediums. I haven't painted in a while, actually. Okay. Oh, yeah, well. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure that out when I get to it. Okay, so... Okay. I should put the... So I usually like doing like while I'm coloring at least, I like doing a gray background there. Okay. There we go. Okie doke. Okay. So do this to get the fill in correct. Yeah, if people are still still around once I finish this, I don't have to get into the background of it on stream. I did want to at least do the flat colors. But if people are still interested, then yes, I can start on the... Oh. Aye, man. And yeah, at the very least, I'll start working on your thing next week. If I haven't started on it already, honestly. Yeah, I already, I've gotten a little bit started on it. She's wanting me to do a character design for her. Because I do a lot of, like, character work and, like, designing stuff. Like, I used to take commissions for it. Intriguing, dare I say. Yeah, we want to be, even though, like, I'm not even done with, like, my first video essay, like I was saying earlier, I've been really big on, like, thinking about, like, future video essays, and Ocean and I, like, want to work on, like, some collaborative video essays in the future. So she kind of wants, like, she has a specific, like, design she wants to do for it. So I am being entrusted with it. Oh, right, the freaking tail. Okay. Okay. There we go. But yeah, just between being like, because I know I talk about school a lot. I wish I had more to talk about than just school a lot of the time, because that's just kind of how being a full-time student works. But yeah, being a full-time student and like doing a lot of the stuff for like, you know, I've been working on the video essay like crazy. Like once I'm finished with this and take a break, I'm going right back to the grind. As well as like working on, I've been writing my own short stories. I've been getting into a lot of different mediums. Like the past couple of years I've been big on poetry. That's actually, I don't remember if I specified that that's what I got accepted into the writing journal for, is my poetry. Which I used to hate poetry before I started writing it, actually. But yeah, in the past couple of, past like year or so, I've been very intrigued by like short stories. Cause I wrote like I don't know. I wrote snippets and like one-shots for on AO3. Does that count? Which I guess it does, honestly. So like oh, I guess if I'm not doing the brown, do we think I should do, because I usually do like my ears and tail brown. Well, I'm gonna leave that alone for right now, I think. But yeah, I've been writing short stories, and I actually just finished my first like original short story that I would like to get published. And then I'm immediately working on a new idea for another short story that I had, so yeah, between the video essay, like my actual assignments, all that stuff, you know, even though I'm not like, which mind you, going out and doing stuff is difficult. Not only am I disabled, so that makes it hard, but also everything costs money. And like me literally leaving my apartment costs money, so. I was pretty bummed. I really wanted to pick up a couple games from the Steam sale for spring, and I was going to, but it just didn't make sense for me to, unfortunately. I have been thinking about like what, like, I don't know, I'm usually thinking about like what I want to do for like the streams going forward. Because I've been liking Split Fiction and Uma Musume, but sometimes I'm like, okay, well, once those are done, what are we gonna do next? Which I'm also playing Guardian Signs right now too. Which, like I was saying earlier, I've been doing my video essay. So the reason why I'm like, because I streamed all 3 of the Ranger games on the channel the past couple months, I think. I don't actually remember how long we've been doing it for. But just to refresh my memory of the games, the stories, and to get the footage for it. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna be done with Guardian Signs quite yet, but I'm also trying to think ahead and being like, what would be good to, like, what stream would be good to do instead of that? Like, I want to start doing the art streams pretty often. Like, again, if anything, just to, like, keep me accountable and productive in my art. But yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about putting it to a poll or something. Because I think that you can do that with YouTube posts. You can, like... Or I guess I could totally be wrong. But it's my understanding that you can do it with YouTube posts. Where you can, like, put a poll out, get different, like, options. So I want to do that. If it is an option, I guess. Okay, they are? Yeah, I thought that they were. It was my understanding that that was the case. So, I'll probably end up doing that. Okay. Now, we're gonna try this, where I want to see if this looks weird with the brown. I don't feel like with the horse tail being brown makes sense, even though my usual tail is brown. Okay. Just want to test it and see if it looks weird. If I should just go all blonde. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we think the brown or just keep it all blonde? Because I could, if anything. That is true. I can do whatever the hell I like, but it's always nice having feedback. I think I like weirdly like the brown. Ooh, that's true. Since this is for the Uma stream, it's horse. Okay, let's try it with that then. Because you are right, that they do... Ooh, did I not? Where? Oh, what? Okay. Because they do be putting cloth on them things. Honestly, I think I like the brown. Okay. Because it matches my usual little freak anyway. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the shading on this. Oh, speaking of, I know this was like a couple minutes ago. Speaking of Markiplier, do you guys know who Tofu the snake is? Have you guys heard of this snake, Tofu? Because he's this little white snake who's very cute, who just so happens to hate Markiplier's guts. Yeah, the owner has like a series of videos showing the snake reacting to Markiplier, and the snake just like can't stand him. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, that's so funny. Yeah, the snake that hates Markiplier. I was explaining that to my partner the other day because I was like, we were talking about Iron Lung. I also showed her I showed her the clip from stream from that Stardew stream a little while back where and I was like, oh, I haven't watched Markiplier in a bit. He's busy. But yeah, I was talking to her about it, and I'm like, do you know who the snake who hates Markiplier? I just think it's the funniest thing. Yeah. Yay, so we do know. Yay! Yeah, there's only so much content, I'm sure, that can be made about how much your snake hates a internet guy. But, you know, sometimes you, and you know what? And sometimes you just don't vibe with someone, and that's okay. Are any of you guys, like Prosecca people? Or, I mean, I guess if you are, then you would know the abbreviation. But, Project Sekai? Because if we want me to ramble about Project Sekai for a second, I would be down. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole thing for this, but at least that, yeah. Because I mentioned it during one of my Uma streams. I've only done 2 so far. I just don't know which one I mentioned it on. Hell yeah, okay. So I, for a long time, have been like rhythm game like gotcha girly. Like back with the original like Love Live game. And I've played like Bandori. I've played so Project Sekai is kind of like one of that, but like Hatsune Miku, it got Hatsune Miku in it. And I've been meaning, which I don't play it anymore. I had to retire from rhythm games because it hurts my hands now. I like manufactured a freaking sports injury on myself from how much I used to play them. But I still like try to keep up with like the story and stuff, at least for like the groups I like. And there's this character, Akiyama Mizuki, who I love her. I love her. She's so cute and she's so funny. But there's a group in that game who their band name is essentially, like, if we're translating it, it's basically like if somebody named their band like Nightcore, like Discord at 1 in the morning. Which is really funny. But like, they're like the most like depressed group of teenagers you've ever seen in your life. And I'm laughing because same. But they recently, like, the Project Sekai YouTube channel just dropped a bunch of like, they make like animated like music videos and stuff. And they work with like a lot of like actual like Vocaloid producers. But they just dropped like a really bomb cover the other day that I've been obsessed with. I know that they're also going to be doing a Mizuki event soon. And I'm definitely behind on like all the stories. The last time I really paid attention, oh gosh, I don't even think it was last year anymore. It might have been the year before that, where they call like the events, they have like actual names, but the fans refer to them as like character name, like, and number. Because like sometimes characters get like specified like story beats. So if it's like the 5th story beat, they call it like, you know, Mizuki 5 or like Mizu 5, which that was the last one I paid attention to, and it was batshit insane. Also, because they'll also do like specific like commission songs. Again, like they'll commission like actual Vocaloid producers to like work on music for the game, which is really cool. But yeah, I'm definitely behind. I'm behind on my stories, guys. I've been so busy working on my own that I don't have time for my silly little anime blorbos anymore. Like, I'm way behind in this, like, season's anime. I mentioned, like, a little bit. Because, like, I'm a few episodes into the 2nd season of Freerun. Gosh, there's also so many others. And I know that summer's gonna be, like, loaded with good anime, too. Okay, do you guys, have any of you guys, like, read or watched, Oshinoko? Because, like, I'm still forcing, like, even though, because I read the manga. Because what happened with that is that I watched the anime first and then was like, oh man, this is so good. Like, what if I read the manga? So then I got caught up with the manga. The manga finished. And I won't spoil it for people who, you know, care, but the ending in the manga is horrendous. So like the amount of backlash that it got, it was so severe that I'm like, there's no way they're gonna keep the ending the same, right? Because like there's, you know, even though it's usually for like different circumstances, usually like, you know, like sometimes there's this is just me huffing copium, by the way. Because I'm like, you know, maybe because the backlash was so bad that maybe they'll do a different ending for the anime. But usually, like, I'm not dumb. Usually that's in instances of, like, the anime finishing before the manga for some reason. Which I feel like it doesn't happen as much anymore, but it used to happen, like, a lot. But I don't know, I think I will drop it the second that, it goes in that direction, I fear. Because I'm not strong enough. But insert Mr. Incredibles meme, I'm not strong enough. Because, yeah, the initial, like, premiere episode of Oshinoko is amazing. And, like, it continues to be incredibly well-produced and well-animated. And the music is really good. I can't even lie. The music is really freaking good. Yes, yeah, that's exactly the right one. But yeah, they definitely did some stuff that, you know, I wouldn't do, but yeah, I'm nervous. I think we're in that stretch now. I feel that, like, because I think next season is gonna be the last season, timing wise with like the manga. I think the next season's gonna be the last season, and so I'm nervous about that one. I cannot lie. I'm still getting, which, you know, some people have been like, you should have just read the manga for One Piece, and I'm like, it's a little late for that now, because I'm on, like, episode 1080 something. But yeah, like, considering that I'm, like, watching 30 years backlog of an anime, it's hard to get caught up with the ones that are currently airing. Actually, now that I'm talking about it, because I've thought about doing this at some point, would people be interested in, like, because like I said, I watch anime seasonally, so usually I have like a pretty big selection of like things I watched for the season, and I've been thinking about, like, I'm like, would it be lame if I did like a tier list stream? Like, for what animes I thought were like the best or worst of the season. and like maybe even doing like the opening and ending themes, because like I'm very like specific about my anime openings and endings. So yeah, like I've given thought to it, but like if people are, you know, if for some reason people weren't interested, then I probably wouldn't do it. But if people were down to hear me yap about the goods and the bads of an anime season, look, if you give me a shoebox, I'll stand on it and I will yap. I mean, hey, you could always take it as a, I know that there's plenty of people who do, like, recommended anime of the season type of things. Which, like, at some point I do think I want to make a video about, because, like, I've given a lot of good anime, like, recommendations to people before. The amount of people who I've like worked with or gone to like taken classes with or whatever who are like, oh, you like anime? Yeah, I tried watching it, but like the one that my boyfriend showed me was really weird. And I'm like, why? Why is it always anime boyfriends who are like, not anime boyfriends, but like, why is it always like boyfriends who are anime fans who show their girlfriends like weird like stuff that you shouldn't really show a beginner? I usually like to, like, because when people are like, oh, recommend me something, I'm like, okay, what level of weird are we willing to accept? Because there are a lot of anime that are weird that I don't feel like. I've been thinking about doing a video about like anime that I like generally can't recommend people, like especially casual like fans. Like Made in Abyss is amazing. It's an amazing, amazing anime. I don't recommend it to people because it has a lot of like body horror and like gore and stuff like that. But it's genuinely one of the better things I've watched. That is so true. Okay, do you guys want to know a big red flag I have for like anime bros? Is because like there's certain titles that like if a guy tells you is his favorite, like it's a red flag. Like, because I once had a guy who really like sat down and tried to defend Goblin Slayer to me, and I wasn't having it. I was not having it. I'm like, oh, ooh, that does not bode well for future interactions between us. I'm gonna save this. And then, sorry, I'm bringing in a reference picture. We're bringing in the reference! Because I'm just trying to get an idea of what I want this background to be. So I think if we do that, yeah, Oshinoko is a hard one for me to recommend to people as well. Beyond like the first season. There's a lot. Ooh, how do I want to do the perspective on this actually? I was thinking like, so we can do that, we can do like that. Because I guess if it's on this side, then it would be that again. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to work this out in my brain. Because then it would be like... We're rough sketching in real time. Be like that. Oh, but then it would be on both sides, wouldn't it? This is a thing about me, is I will give myself extra work. Okay, and then this is like bigger. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. The second one is implied. And then if I do like okay, I don't hate that composition. Oh, Millie, is that the one? I think I know who you're talking about. Is that the one who did, I think they have a song called Rubber Human? Did they do the opening song for Glipnir? I think is the name of it. Haven't listened to much of their stuff since. Yeah. Okay, then I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I only watched the first episode of Goblin Slayer and then was so traumatized by it that I immediately put it in the closet. Yeah, talk about a weird anime. I never finished is it Glipnir or Glypnir? What is it? Yeah, it is Gleipnir? Glapnir? I don't know. It had a very specific kind of vibe to it that was not for me. I can't really comment on if it's good or not. I can just comment on I didn't like it. Okay, so since I've been drawing for a long time now, and I got my rough idea of what this is gonna look like, I do think I might call it there for the day, guys. I think I've been a bit productive today. I think I've gotten a lot of art done. So yeah, I want to try doing these more. I might do this again next Friday morning. I don't think we're gonna be doing like a friend group night, like game night stream or anything. But yeah, thanks for the chats. Thanks for the good vibes, for the good times. It's always good hanging out with everybody. But yeah, I'll go ahead and see you guys next time. Bye chat, bye stream.